Have you ever wondered if happiness is a choice or a result of circumstances? This question is often at the heart of many life conundrums, and today we're going to explore it through the lens of relationships. Imagine being trapped, not in a room or a city, but within the confines of a relationship. A relationship where love has been replaced with control, companionship with isolation, and understanding with uncompromising stances. Sounds suffocating, doesn't it? Yet, this is a reality for many, a silent struggle that is often overlooked. Unhappiness can sometimes be a byproduct of such entrapment, a dark shadow that looms over every interaction, every decision. But is it really so? Is happiness truly elusive in such situations? Let's delve into a real-life situation that perfectly illustrates this conundrum. Brace yourselves as we navigate the intricate labyrinth of a relationship where love, compromise, and happiness have become elusive. Consider the story of John and Jane, a couple seemingly trapped in an unhappy relationship. Their life is a complex web of miscommunication, frustrations, and unmet expectations. Let's delve into the dynamics of their relationship. Jane, on the surface, appears to be the victim, but a closer look reveals her to be the puppeteer. She maneuvers the threads of their lives with a firm grip, leaving John feeling choked and cornered. She's the one calling the shots, dictating the terms, and setting the boundaries. Jane's controlling nature extends to every facet of their marriage. She decides who John can be friends with, often isolating him from his social circles. She's built a fortress around their life, a fortress that only she has the keys to. John feels trapped, unable to express himself, unable to live a life that isn't constantly under Jane's scrutiny. Moreover, their relationship is devoid of mutual love. It's as if they are two strangers living under the same roof, sharing bills but not emotions. The spark that once ignited their love has long been extinguished, leaving behind a cold, empty void. Their relationship also lacks intimacy. Lovemaking, a beautiful expression of shared affection, is absent from their lives. It's as if they've lost the ability to connect on a deeper level, to share and experience pleasure together. Jane's refusal to seek help further complicates matters. She won't consider visiting Mary's counselor, dismissing it as unnecessary. This stubbornness shuts the door on potential solutions, on a chance to mend what's broken. Adding to this, the high rents make it difficult for John to consider leaving. He's stuck in a vicious cycle of unhappiness, feeling financially handcuffed, unable to escape. The situation looks bleak, doesn't it? But what are the causes? And what might be the solutions? Let's dissect this situation and try to understand the root causes of their unhappiness. Firstly, we have a glaring lack of compromise. In any relationship, compromise is the glue that holds everything together. It's about finding a middle ground, a place where both parties can meet and feel satisfied. But in this case, it seems one side refuses to budge, causing tension and resentment. Next, we have the issue of control. Feeling controlled or manipulated in a relationship can be extremely suffocating. It seems our husband here feels under the thumb, unable to make decisions even down to who he can be friends with. This kind of control can erode self-esteem and personal freedom. Then there's the absence of intimacy. Lovemaking, or even just simple affection, is a form of communication. It's a way for couples to express their love and connection. But in this scenario, that connection seems to be missing. The lack of mutual intimacy can create a chasm, a void that's filled with frustration and loneliness. Let's not forget the lack of a social life. Having friends, interacting with other people, is a basic human need. It helps us feel connected, part of a community. But our husband here is denied this basic need, again adding to the feelings of isolation and discontent. Finally, we have the financial constraints. High rents and living expenses can make it feel impossible to leave, even if you're unhappy. It's like being trapped in a gilded cage. You're surrounded by the trappings of a comfortable life, but you can't escape the unhappiness within. Now, these are just some of the root causes. There are likely many more, subtle and nuanced, that contribute to the overall dissatisfaction in the relationship. Understanding the problem is the first step towards finding a solution. So what could be the potential solutions in this situation? Finding solutions to such complex problems is no easy task. but it's not impossible. When it comes to relationships, there's never a one-size-fits-all solution. All relationships are unique, just as the individuals within them are. However, there are some steps that can be taken which may help alleviate the situation and possibly even lead to a resolution. Let's start with seeking professional help. It's not uncommon for couples to seek the guidance of a therapist or counselor when they find themselves in a stalemate. A professional can provide a neutral perspective and guide conversations in a constructive direction. They can also provide tools and techniques to improve communication and understanding. If one partner is unwilling to attend counseling, individual therapy may still be beneficial. It can offer a safe space to express feelings, gain insights, and develop strategies to cope with the situation. Next, the power of open and honest conversations cannot be underestimated. It's essential to communicate feelings, needs, and expectations clearly. It's not about pointing fingers or assigning blame, but about expressing oneself and understanding the other's point of view. Remember, it's not a competition but a partnership. It's about finding common ground and working towards a solution together. Setting boundaries is another critical element in maintaining a healthy relationship. Boundaries are not about control or isolation, but about respect and understanding. They help define what's acceptable and what's not. They protect personal space and freedom, and they promote a sense of security and trust. It's important to discuss and agree on these boundaries together and to respect them once they're set. And then there's the financial aspect. High rents can indeed make it difficult to consider separating, but there may be options to explore. Consider sharing a flat with a roommate or moving to a more affordable area. Look into housing assistance programs or subsidies, maybe even consider downsizing or living more frugally. Sometimes a fresh start can provide a much-needed perspective shift. Lastly, remember that it's okay to take a break, to give each other space. Sometimes stepping back can provide the clarity needed to see the bigger picture. It's okay to prioritize your own mental and emotional well-being. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup. These solutions may not be easy, but they are worth considering for the sake of happiness. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we all strive for? Happiness, peace, a sense of fulfillment? And sometimes the journey to those things involves making tough decisions, stepping out of comfort zones, and facing fears. But remember, you're not alone. There are resources and support systems out there. Reach out, seek help, and take that first step towards a possible solution. So, is happiness a choice or a result of circumstances? This question has been the central theme of our discussion today, as we delved deep into the complexities of a relationship that's far from ideal. In our case study, we met a husband trapped in an unfulfilling relationship. He feels controlled, deprived of his friendships, and finds no mutual affection or intimacy in his marriage. His wife refuses to seek the help of Mary's counselor, and the high rents make it difficult for him to leave. We proposed several solutions, from open communication to seeking professional help. But the wife's refusal to compromise or seek counseling seems to create a roadblock. So, what can the husband do in this situation? Here's where the concept of choice comes into play. Although his circumstances are indeed challenging, he still has the power to choose his response to them. He can choose to remain passive, accepting the status quo, or he can choose to take control and actively seek change. He could explore options like mediation or legal separation if things don't improve. He could also find empowerment in nurturing his own emotional well-being, seeking support from friends and family, or joining support groups. Remember, it's not about assigning blame, it's about acknowledging the situation and taking steps to improve it. So to answer our initial question, yes, happiness is both a choice and a result of circumstances. Our circumstances can influence how we feel, but ultimately, it's our choices that determine our happiness. In our case, the husband's choice to seek change, to stand up for himself, to not let his circumstances define him, could lead him down the path of happiness. It might not be an easy journey, but it's one he has the power to embark on. Remember, the pursuit of happiness might be a rocky road, but it's a journey worth embarking on. And sometimes, the most important step in that journey is the decision to take the first step.